One of the key things about learning is the sharing part. So, from Social Enterprise Academy, we have Hasannudin, Saidin. We call you Hassan, right? From Face-to-Face Technology, we have one Sharifah, Raudhah. And the title for today's discussion is Expanded Horizons of Coaching. Now, as a coach, I'm going to ask you to ask yourself that question. What would that look like? If you look at this title, what is the expanded horizons of coaching for you? So that's a good start, I believe, in our discussion. So maybe we'll have Hassan talk about his coaching for startups and exactly what you do. Maybe you can introduce yourself first. Are we too close?
Never close enough. Social Enterprise Academy, as you can tell, is an academy for social entrepreneurs. And social entrepreneurship is basically you still make profit, but you do it with a social mission as opposed to an NGO foundation who relies on donations and whatnot. So it's a profitable company. So in Social Enterprise Academy, we do trainings and coachings of social entrepreneurs. But having said that, I've also been coaching, and it's interesting to be given another side of the spectrum. Dr. Michelle just talked about towards one end of the spectrum, which are C-suites, and then the middle managers and managers, and the lower level supervisors. But that's one way of seeing the spectrum. The other way of seeing the spectrum is how soon, how fast, how long you have been in the business. So a startup business, a startup company, a startup enterprise, be it social enterprise or the traditional companies making profit as in the traditional way, is this end of the spectrum of being early versus the C-suite people are, they're strategic, they are more experienced. So what will be interesting is for you to look at the distinction of what Michelle said earlier versus what I'm going to be describing about the issues and how coaching is also applicable to startup environment. And we're talking about people, and we would like to call them startup entrepreneurs, I guess. So for coaches, expanded horizons may mean that you haven't done startup coaching. This is some of the what's and hows. If you've been doing startup coaching, the invitation from us three is for you to also share what you have found versus what I share, any disagreements or comments and any additional aspects of startup coaching that you know that I did not raise. We invite you to do that. For those of us who are not coaches, immediately what you can learn from it is also, hey, you've observed other startup entrepreneurs. You might have nephews or cousins who are also early stage businessmen. You might be interested in finding out whether startup coaching or coaching is applicable to these friends and family members too.
So as a coach for working with startups, what you do is you help them visualize the end in mind, exactly the kind of companies they want to be running.
Yeah, we're full of jargon, and in mind, some of us startup entrepreneurs haven't even heard COVID. So I usually wrap it up in just simple terms. What do you want to do? What I enjoy about working with startups is without jargon, they just love what they do. Number one, they have energy. Number two, they have ideas. They may not even use the word vision. What is that? So I love working with them for the ideas, for the energy that they bring, and the solid will, the willingness to try and do and work hard. Yeah? So simply love working with them. However, we want to reinforce, enhance all these positivities about energy and ideas and whatnot. At the same time, you as a moderator, the coach is also a moderator and a realist for the guy with crazy ideas. So where do we balance this out? So this is one of the aspects of startup coaching. Bring them to ground, versus the great ideas that they want to have. What can you do tomorrow? Just like Michelle said, it is applicable here too. They may not have a 5-year vision, they may not think in terms of stages of the Intel type of structure, but they're smart, and they want, the energy and the willingness is high. So how do we moderate and manage and increase these chances of success?